Hey beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. Today, as always, I have a general reading for you, and as always with a general reading, only take what resonates and leave the rest. My readings are timeless and can be past, present or future depending on where you're at on your healing journey. Spirit will always guide you to a message that you need to hear exactly when you need to hear it. For the ease of channeling, I'm going to use the pronouns he, she, but by all means swap them out for the ones that resonate for you if they don't. Okay, so I've been hearing play stupid games, win stupid prizes. And as I sat down to do this reading, I felt really small. So if someone's feeling foolish, if someone's feeling small and stupid because maybe they played games with you and they effed around and now they're finding out. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look and see what yeah, someone, I'm just getting this message that somebody tried to play games with you, but you maybe somebody tried to play mind games with you. Okay, because I'm feeling a little bit like my mind is starting to go blank, and I'm kind of feeling like I'm about to, oh look, I'm going to stumble over my words. So somebody may have tried to I'm going to take that as clarification, beyond the ordinary. Someone tried to mess with an earth angel. Someone tried to mess with you. Someone tried to play games with you, but you saw through their games, okay? Because you're not of this world. Someone's realizing you're not of this world. That you're not to be messed with. Let's get some more energy around that, please. A deep breath. Somebody may have tried to bring some sort of chaos into your life. Because what I'm seeing here is it's almost like this is the face of this person has got their head turned. Okay, I don't know if that's showing up on the camera because there's a bit of light on that. But I don't know if you can see it, but there is a face here. And it's got its eyes closed. It's really peaceful. Somebody tried to mess with your intuition, or somebody underestimated your intuition. Somebody tried to play mind games with you, and it didn't work because you are somebody who has done so much healing. You've come so far on your journey that you just trust and have faith in your own intuition, even if you feel like others think you're crazy or other people are saying you're crazy. You trust and have faith in your intuition. Can I have some more clarification, please, Spirit? Thank you. Healing the heart. Yeah. Somebody tried to this to me feels like there was some sort of betrayal. Okay, somebody tried to, I'm not going to say you weren't affected by this betrayal, but it didn't shake you as much as it affected you more than it should, but it didn't affect you as much as it could. Does that make sense? Somebody came in with some sort of energy or something, some sort of situation, trying to cause chaos for you, trying to get you to react from your emotions. They wanted a reaction from you, an emotional reaction from you, and it's not like it didn't work. They got a reaction. It wasn't the reaction they were expecting or that they were wanting. Somebody wanted you to be so out of alignment that you would like act from your shadow self, your unhealed shadow self, okay? But what they got instead was, it was, what I'm hearing is, and this is the collective speaking, yeah, so whoever was on the receiving end of this betrayal, it was okay, I see you, I see what you're trying to do. Yes, this is hurting me because this betrayal comes from somebody that you cared deeply about, but I see you, I see how you're moving, and now I'm going to make a decision. I'm going to make choices that are right for me. Okay? I'm going to go over here. I know you want a reaction from me, but you're not going to get a reaction from me. It's like you've gone silent in every, like this one doesn't even have a head. Okay? In this picture, he doesn't, it's not showing a face. It's not a head. Okay, so what I've just heard is someone's losing their head. Someone's losing their head over your silence. All right? In this card, the head is turned away. In this card, the eyes are straight forward, but they're closed. The lips, there's no one saying, you're not saying anything. Okay, so this could be somebody that you're already in separation from, not having anything to do. You've ghosted them, they've ghosted you, whatever it is. You're not, I don't feel like you're actually, there's any communication going on. Okay, no physical communication. There may be communication on a spiritual level, on the 5D, in dream state, telepathically, but there's nothing going on in the physical. Somebody is trying to send you telepathic messages to think about them so that you reach out to them. Okay, someone is trying to mess with your mind, get you to miss them so that you reach out to them. Okay, and it's not working. They've underestimated how strong your mind is. They have underestimated how strong your mind is. And I do feel like you're somebody who's had to put a lot of work in, and a lot of boundaries in place to, I don't want to say get control of your mind, but so basically to protect your mind so that you're not easily manipulated by anything negative or lower vibrational. Okay, like, but I do feel like there was a betrayal from a person that was very, very close to you, from someone who you had a really deep bond with, and you may not have known this person very long, or you may have known them for a while. It doesn't matter. Time doesn't necessarily mean anything. Okay, it's more about that bond. You can meet someone and instantly have a deep bond with them. Okay, because they could be soul family. So this could have been a betrayal from someone who you deemed as soul family. It could even have been your actual family or work family or something like that. Okay, but what I'm seeing here is there was a deep betrayal, and what it was is this person wanted you, they wanted to hurt you, they wanted you to feel pain because they were in some sort of pain, and the phrase hurt people is coming to mind. But you are not somebody, but that doesn't apply to everyone. Okay, there are people out there that do get hurt by situations, and they feel that pain so deeply that they wouldn't want anyone else to go through it. They're so empathetic that they wouldn't want anyone else to feel that pain. So instead of projecting that onto others and going out of their way to hurt others, they go within and they do the shadow work to heal those parts of them, because they know that when they heal that within themselves, they're sending that energy out, which allows other people to heal. It heals their generations. It heals the ancestors that have come before, the ancestors, the generations that will come after. Okay, and what this betrayal did, there was a betrayal from someone who was really close to you, someone you had at one point, you had a really deep connection with. And it's almost like this person did something or said something that made you go cold towards them, and you had to shut off your emotions. They had some sort of emotional hold on you. They knew how to manipulate your emotions to get what they wanted out of you. Okay, to get you to, like, when it came to your boundaries, like, not have those, so that you would, like, not put boundaries in place with this person. But this time around, it feels like, you know, like when there's only so long that you're going to put up with something. And it feels like I'm hearing warnings. This person may have had a warning. And instead of you reacting and chasing them effectively, what you did is go, okay, I see you. I see how you moved. I'm going to move out your way respectfully. I know you want a reaction out of me. You're not going to get the reaction that you want. You've hurt me deeply. And I feel like you are somebody who, when someone hurts you, you're not going to go out of your way to seek revenge. You go silent. You go silent because it's a sign, it's how you, it's a form of protection. And you're not going silent on people. You don't go silent on people to punish them, even if they see it that way. You don't go silent on people to punish them. You go silent because you are so deeply hurt because of the betrayal and everything that comes with that. And because you don't want to lash out at others, you then isolate yourself. But then what you're doing in that isolation is you're making moves, you're focusing on yourself and putting that energy into yourself. And that's what you did. Because this betrayal was so deep, it came from someone you deeply cared about, you had a really strong connection with. It's kind of like you had some sort of glow up, but your glow up has been bigger, it's been brighter, it's more evident. This pushed you deeper into yourself. This pushed you deeper into your shadow work, deeper into putting that time and energy into yourself and focusing on yourself so that you can have these stronger boundaries, so that hopefully I was gonna say that you won't come across people like this that are gonna betray you. You're probably always gonna come across those people, but you'll be able, the more you heal, the deeper you go, the quicker you will discern people's true intentions. And I feel like this was kind of like the last push of that people pleasing cycle that you've been in. This was the last, I don't care who you are, how much you mean to me, you do not betray me, and in a sense get away with it, because it's not that you're taking revenge, but you're just going to go, you don't get away with it, you don't get to mess me around like that and expect me to stick around. You moved how you move respectfully, I'm moving out of your way. I wish you well, but I'm going to do it from a distance because you do not get to disrespect me and keep me around. This person underestimated your self-worth. They thought that they could get in your head, pull you down so that you could that you would lower your boundaries, your shield, so that they could kind of like more easily manipulate you, so that they could have control and take responsibility for your peace and your happiness. They wanted to be responsible for that, okay? But your person, nobody outside of you, okay? Your person, your family, your friends, your children, no one outside of you is responsible for making you happy. Because if you're relying on someone outside of you to make you happy, then if that person is then not available for whatever reason, they go off, they've got something else to do, and they're not around for you, you're still going to feel empty. And it's going to get to a point where that relationship isn't sustainable because you're using things outside of you to validate and fill your cup. You need to be able to fill your cup first, and then anything outside of you is like an extension of the energy you're giving out. You fill your cup first and you give from the overflow. And that is what somebody underestimated about you. They underestimated that your knowledge and your healing when it came to that. Okay. They took you for granted. They took for granted that they could do whatever they wanted to you. Yeah, a burst of magic. You've had a glow up. And now this person is feeling foolish. They're feeling small. They may be short. Okay, the person that was playing games with you, they may be someone who's short, okay? They don't have to be. It could just be some symbolic that they're feeling small. They may have made you feel small, or they tried to make you feel small because your energy intimidates them. It's too much for them. Your growth and expansion is too much for them. It highlights, it mirrors back at them all of their insecurities. And instead of just like doing the work to heal themselves, they just try to dim other people's light. And that's what they tried to do with you. They tried to place blocks in your way. They tried to sabotage you, to keep you small, to keep, because then that way it gave them a sense of superiority. It gave them this idea that they could keep control of you. But it didn't work. They may even have tried using magic. Can you see how she's come? This figure is coming out of the, I want to say lotus flower, but that might be a lily because it looks like it's on a pond. But it's like, but I heard lotus flower, so I'm going to go with lotus flower because of the lotus flower. I don't know about lilies, but lotus flowers bloom in the darkness. They grow in the darkness and then they come out. So it's like they bloom through adversity, which is what you do. And somebody underestimated your ability to do that. And they underestimated it because you, on some level, were allowing them, because of who they were to you and how much you deeply cared about them, and because you had this connection, you were on some level allowing them to overstep your boundaries. You weren't putting your boundaries, or you weren't, it's not so much that you weren't putting these boundaries in. I do feel like you were telling this person that you're about your boundaries, but you weren't following through. And you woke up to this fact that you had no choice. There was something specific that they did or didn't do, as the case may be, because no action is also an action. Okay, so maybe they weren't there for you when you needed them, but it was something big, and it was like the final cherry on the top for you, and it kind of pushed you into another awakening of where of the truth about this relationship. Okay, and you channeled that energy, that betrayal, you transformed into something even better. And you're stronger now. Your heart is stronger, and it's not that your heart is closed off. Some people may see you as like you're really cold and like unfeeling, but you're not. What you've done is this has pushed you into another level, but you're not cold. You're being more mindful, more conscious about where you take your energy, where, who, what, when, where, why you allow access to your energy. Okay, because you're being more protective of it. Okay, so you, to this person or a group of people, you may be cold because you've cut them off. You've had nothing to do with them. I've just heard your cut-off game is savage. So they may think you're a savage, okay? That your cut-off game is savage, that you're very quick to cut people off. But what they don't realise is how much work has gone into getting to where you are now, all right? So there may be a person or a group of people that have completely misunderstood you, misinterpreted you, but I just don't feel like you care, okay? It's like there's this energy of treating them mean to keep them keen, which is what someone was trying to do with you, but it doesn't work with you. You don't play games like that because that's just controlling, that's just toxic, and that's not what you want your relationships to be built on. And if you've got relationships that are built on that, then eventually they are going to crumble because they're not being built on a firm foundation. And there is a person or a group of people around you that kind of took for granted who you were. I just saw the Seven of Wands. It flipped out and flipped back. Which again is boundaries. It's protecting your peace. And it's also, I've just heard like a group came up against you and you stood your ground, you maintained your peace and your integrity, and you just protected your peace, okay? And they honestly thought there was strength in numbers, and if they came up against you that you would crumble. They thought if they could come as a group that they could bring you down, that you would fall. And now they're realizing like they kind of that you're otherworldly, that there is a strength within you that they couldn't see, that they underestimated. Because what you were doing, when they were looking at you, they were thinking that you were weak, that you were easily broken, that you were playing victim, you were a victim, and they could take advantage of that. But what you were doing was reflecting back, because this empath, this empathetic energy that you hold, you're a mirror, and you were reflecting back at these people who they were. Everything that they said or thought about you was a reflection of who they are. And you could see it, and that's why you didn't fight back in the way that they wanted you to. They wanted to provoke you because they had no real reason to come up against you. They wanted to provoke a reaction out of you so that they would have a reason to fight you. So that they would have a reason to come at you. They may have created some sort of lie to get you to defend yourself. You didn't defend yourself. Not in the way that they wanted you to do. Because you know who you are. You knew who you were. You know who you are. You knew at that time exactly who you were and who you were not. And that there's nothing anyone can use against you. Because even if they do trigger you, you're going to thank them because they're showing you where you still need to heal. And that's what you did. Instead of reacting in the way that they wanted you to, you took that energy and you transmuted it. You transformed it. You went through a death and a rebirth. Because I'm seeing a phoenix rising from the ashes. You transformed that, and they are absolutely feeling foolish. Because they didn't know that about you. They didn't know that's who you were. Because they probably didn't take the time to get to know you either. Because for some of them, I feel like, yeah, you plant the seeds. You take whatever you're given in life. You take those seeds and you transform them. You're an alchemist. You're a healer. And you transform those seeds that are planted. You transmute them. You transform them. You build a firm foundation. And that is something that they didn't know about you. They had a lack of... There's people within this group that didn't have all the information about you. And I think they're feeling foolish now because, oh my goodness, somebody wants to talk to you. Oh my goodness. Confirmation that you're an alchemist. That you transform. We've got the Magician. You transform your pain into power. That is where your power lies, in your pain. You're an alchemist. You're not of this world. You are stable. You are secure. You may be a wife, or they see you as... Someone sees you as wife material, okay? But this is the deep breath and the Queen of Pentacles. Again, she's got her eyes closed. Eyes closed, not saying anything, holding on to her stability. There is power in your silence. There is power in your silence, and it has people on edge. Someone's on edge. Someone's feeling really small. Someone's feeling humbled. You've humbled someone. You've humbled a person or a group of people, and you've had to do absolutely nothing. You've not said a word. You've not said a word. You've not taken any action towards them. And now, basically, they're seeing you as someone who's emotionally mature. You're emotionally mature. Someone is realizing that they were the emotionally immature one, that you have emotional stability and they don't. Either a person or a group of people is now seeing that they or someone else within this group are the emotionally insecure ones, emotionally unstable, and that you have I've just heard, like, you have an emotional stability that is unheard of. They've never come across that before. Okay. They've never met anyone quite like you. And they're feeling small. They're feeling stupid. Like I said at the beginning, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Whatever they throw at you, you're going to transmute it. You're going to change it. You're going to transform it, and you're going to use it to push you higher. They're realizing they cannot win. On the bottom of the deck, we have 8 of Cups. You walked away. You walked away. Someone wants to offer you us. I can see someone, because I'm seeing the Ace of Cups here. Someone wants to come in with an offer. This could be an apology. But at the moment, I'm seeing that you're not open to this apology. Like, you're done. You've got closure. You're moving on to better and brighter things. Like, it's something about too much time has passed to make an apology. Like, you don't need the apology. You don't need the apology. You don't need the apology. I don't actually feel like this apology is genuine either, because I've just heard, like, the collective saying, it took me to walk away. I've been gone for, you may have been gone a year, a month, but this person's only just realised. It's something to do with the length of time that it's taken this person to realise that they should apologise to you. It's like too much time has passed. Water under the bridge. I don't care. You genuinely don't care. You're just like, no, I'm over it now. Because you've moved on. You've fully disconnected, and that is why this person wants to come back in, because they can feel like they can feel that you've disconnected. Let's get some more clarification with Ace of Pentacles. Somebody wants to come back in with an offer. I heard collaborate. This isn't... I'm going to hold back at the moment and see if Spirit says more. But I'm seeing with the 7 and the Ace, we've got that 8 of Pentacles. This is about the work that you've put in. And I just feel that somebody's apology, the reasons for them coming back in, isn't necessarily genuine. This could be because... Right, so someone there... I'm getting different messages here. Some people want to come back in because they want you to help them become emotionally stable. They want you to, like, mentor them. Somebody else wants to come in and ride your coattails. Somebody just wants to access your gifts, your money, now that they see your worth. Let's get some more clarification. Page of Cups. Somebody wants to apologize to you for not seeing your worth and not... Okay, so there's multiple people here with different reasons for coming back. Okay, so you're going to have to take what resonates for you. And when this person if this person comes in, because obviously the outcome is dependent on actions taken by everyone involved. Okay, if somebody comes in with an apology, use your discernment as to whether or not that apology is genuine. Somebody wants to apologize for not seeing your worth, for not researching, for want of a better word, who you really are, or trusting who you said you were. Because I feel like you told people exactly who you were, but somebody didn't trust that. Somebody was acting immature. This could be somebody younger than you. It doesn't have to be. It could also be somebody who's older that is emotionally immature. But somebody wants to apologize to you, and some are wanting to apologize because they didn't take the time to get to know you and they want another opportunity to do that. So someone wants you to give them a second chance to get to know you. But I feel like this person is very much open to, I understand and respect your boundaries if you say no. Okay, someone else wants access to your money and your finances. On the bottom of the deck we have Justice, so there is some sort of karma at play here. Justice is coming in for you. I just heard your name is going to be cleared. So if someone was saying that you were the emotionally immature one, that you weren't acting your age, there's some sort of like justice coming with regards to that. And people are going to like, this could just be in the form of other people realizing that they were wrong about you. Someone's been humbled, I'm telling you. Someone just feels really humble right now. We have Two of Wands. I heard plan. Somebody has a plan to apologize to you so that they can get back in with you. I'm getting multiple messages. Someone's got a plan to apologize to you so that they can get back in with you, to have access to your money, your gifts, your finances, whatever it is. They just want back in your energy, okay? Because they want to ride your coattails. Somebody wants to come towards you because they want you to help mentor them. And then there is someone else who just wants you to give them the opportunity to get to know you so that they can make their own judgment about you, because they're realizing that they didn't get to know you. Either way, everyone is in each situation. There is a plan to come towards you, to communicate with you, to apologize, whether it's genuine or not, but they're blocked. They don't know how to come towards you. They don't know how to come towards you because there's something about them being blocked. There is a person or a group that want you to reach out to them so that they don't have to reach out to you. Or they're hoping, they're wishing that you will hope that you'll reach out to them. Somebody may have said that you're manipulative and controlling, and they want to apologize for that. Or somebody listened to somebody else who said that you were manipulative and controlling. Somebody may have also said that you married someone for money. You married someone for their money. And again, they want to come and apologise for listening to that, because they're realising it's not the truth and that actually you have your own money. On the bottom of this deck, we have strength. Somebody is seeing how strong you really are. Someone has information about some of the, if not all, that some of the things that you've gone through. And they're kind of understanding on a deeper level why you are the way you are, why you come across, why you're very quick to cut people off, why you're very protective of your peace and your energy. And it's information that they weren't given originally. Because what I feel happened here is that there was a person or a couple of people that manipulated a group against you to turn them against you for whatever reason, to try and like control you, to try and just get in your head, because they didn't like the fact that you were favoured or being favoured. People were preferring you over them, or that you were preferring somebody else over. They didn't want you to prefer others over them. But somebody's realising that they didn't, that this person that was in their ear whispering things and twisting things about you wasn't completely truthful, or withheld information to make you look like the villain so that they looked better. And this person now has, something's been, I want to say, corrected. So somebody else who has information about that, or about you, has gone, well, yeah, but that's not the full story. Or it may even be that this original person who was in everyone's ear has slipped up and said something about you, and they've gone, that's not what you said, or you forgot, you didn't tell us that bit. And they're now realising that actually they should have done their research and found out for themselves. But it may be something that they didn't feel that they could come to you about. I mean, there's certain topics that you don't just go up to someone and say, I've heard this about you, what's the truth? Because it might be quite personal, it might be something really intimate. It may be even something that you said, or something you've posted that has got people feeling differently towards you. But yeah, people are just changing their perspective about you. And yeah, you've now got a person or a group of people feeling really foolish, really small. This, I've just heard, for some of you, there was something like someone shared or screenshotted something and sent it to a group of people to, as like, what do they call it? Not clickbait. What's the other word? Rage baiting. That's the word. Someone tried to rage bait others against you, and they sent some sort of screenshot or something of something that you posted, and twisted it into something it wasn't. And then either the person that did that, or somebody else within the group who knew you and what you were really doing. At the time, they said nothing to defend you, and now they're coming out in defense, and saying, well, yeah, that's exactly who they are. And this person, this group of people who are realizing that they should have taken the time to get to know you, are now saying, well, if that's the case, why didn't you stand up and defend them at the time? Then we wouldn't have gone after them for that. Because I feel like there was a situation where, let's use social media, for example. Somebody took a screenshot of something you posted on social media. And to you, you were helping others out. But to this person, they twisted it into something it wasn't, sent it to a group of people, and somebody else within this group of people knew who you were or what your purpose is. And instead of saying, no, that's not the reason they sent it, let's get more information, let's ask them because this is who they are, this is what they do, it's not being posted for the reasons you think it is. They kept quiet because they wanted others to turn on you. But they're not the ones who sent the screenshot. Somebody else sent the screenshot. And now what's happened, because their plan backfired on them, this hot and cold treat them mean to keep them keen, they thought that you'd go running back eventually, and you haven't. So now what they're doing is they're blaming this person that sent the screenshot, because they're now blocked as a result of that. So it may be that someone sent a screenshot of something you posted on social media, and that may be overstepping a boundary for you because that's your personal stuff, it's on your personal page, you allow people access to that. So then what happened is you found out, you've then blocked them, and now somebody else who should have stood up for you and defended you because they know who you are and what you stand for, at the time chose not to, is now, because part of the plan was to get others to attack you, they kept quiet. But now because the plan's backfired and they now have no access to you, they're blaming the person who sent the screenshot for you blocking everybody else. So they're deflecting the blame onto that person. But I don't feel like it was ultimately a screenshot that was the problem. I think it was kind of like it was just a multiple things, like different attacks for different reasons, all completely unnecessary, and all because this original person initiated some sort of plan or attack to rage bait others to go against you. They've rage baited others. And then they tried to rage bait you to justify their rage baiting others against you. Okay, let's get some messages of guidance on how to move forward with this, please, Spirit. Next steps. What do we need to be doing, the collective? What does the collective need to be doing? What else do you want us to know? Bubble power. My wishes flow easily out into the world. You've cut this person or this group of people off that were like delaying you, causing blocks. You're just out here peaceful, just manifesting. Everything that this person was blocking or trying to block is still coming through. Your wishes are still manifesting. You may not have them all right now, but they're in the ethers, they're in the air, waiting. On the bottom of the deck we have time capsule. I have the confidence to be myself. Yeah, your confidence is unlocking your manifestations, your glow up, your confidence in who you are, your intuition, your ability to grow through adversity, to have trust and faith in the universe that they have your back. We have a shield of crystals, I am loved and protected, is helping you to manifest your dreams and desires. You're not bothered about what these people are doing. Yeah, the magic circle, the magic starts with me. You're not bothered about what these people are doing. they may come towards you. That's come out. Again, you're an alchemist. It's come out on the Magician. You're an alchemist. Because in some sense, you are kind of cunning. I'm seeing the fox here as cunning. But you're cunning in a sense of the circle is around him. Or her. The fox. The circle's around the fox. You're cunning when it comes to your protection, your boundaries, your peace. You're not cunning in the sense of you're going out of your way to screw other people over, get what you can from others, which is what this person or this group of people were doing. Okay? They were using others to come up against you. To get some sort of control over your life, to get you back. It's just, I can't even explain it. It just makes no sense. It's just literally treat them mean to keep them keen. They just thought if they could be mean to you, if they could get these people to bully you, to come up against you, that you would go to them for help, and that they could like play the hero in your life, and that you would be indebted to them, and you're like your own hero. You don't need someone else to come in and rescue you. You are your own hero. On the bottom of the deck we have the wishing tree. My wishes grow big like a tree. 2 cards about wishes, and we have the 7 of Pentacles. Planting the seeds. Whatever you've been planting, the seeds that you've been planting and you're continuing to plant are going to grow. They are coming into fruition. You're not just somebody who's going to get to a point in life and then you've got, oh, I've got this manifestation, oh, I'm just going to stop here. You're continuing to grow. You're continuing to plant those seeds. Every day you are focusing on being the best version of yourself. And now someone is truly seeing that you are a blessing. I wanted to say blessing in disguise. So you may not come across, look, the universe doesn't look for actors. They don't care how it shows up. But if you're a blessing, you're a blessing. Okay. Because you didn't look the part of a healer, you didn't look the part of a life coach, this, that, and the other, or some sort of mentor. You didn't look spiritual in these people's eyes of what they believe you should look like. They didn't truly believe that that's who you are. But there's been something, or there's something coming up, because I'm being drawn to the squirrel and the leaves. So within autumn, they're going to see if they, so this could be past in like last autumn, or this could be coming up depending on how you're resonating with this reading, whether it's past, present, or future, which you're going to have to discern for yourself. Somebody either, because I'm getting kind of like this is past and present energy. So someone has seen just how protected you are. Somebody's seen, this person or this group of people have seen just how protective you are of your own peace and your energy, and you're going to stand your ground. You're going to stand 10 toes down, okay? But they're also seeing, or they're going to be seeing, just how protected you are in the spirit, okay? They're going to be shown evidence, if they haven't already, of just who you are. So I do feel like they're waking up to the fact that you're not normal. I use that term loosely. I meant otherworldly. You're otherworldly. They're waking up to this fact that you're not of this world, that your intuition is on point. Something you said, something you did is coming true, and they're going to see it firsthand. Something you predicted is going to come to fruition. Something you said, something about, because I feel like you did tell them who you were, and I'm hearing in plain sight, hidden in plain sight. You were hidden in plain sight. Because if these people really knew who you were, It's like they're saying, if I knew who you really were, I wouldn't have behaved or acted in the way I did. And that's the whole point. That's what Spirit are trying to say to him. It shouldn't take for someone to be completely revealed to you, for you to make those choices and those decisions. You should do them because it's the right thing to do. You shouldn't be making choices to go up against someone for no reason. I mean, even if you have a reason, like, don't go out of your way to seek revenge. And I think that's what they're realizing. Like any normal person, this is could be why they're seeing you as otherworldly, because any other person, any normal person in their eyes would have reacted in a different way. They would have fought. They would have, they would have gone for the other person. You have shown them another way of being. You've taught them a lesson. You've taught them a lesson that there is another way, and that your strength, your willpower, your resistance to fight or go out of your way to fight is otherworldly, because they're like a normal human would have got really emotional, would have started going on the attack. Someone's also seeing that they were told that you would react in a certain way because you're emotionally insecure, you're emotionally unstable, you've got control and anger issues. So somebody within this group wanted others to see you as being that way, and you've shown them that you're not, and that you're the complete opposite. Because they know that you know something, and like they're shocked that you haven't been more confrontational. You haven't been confrontational at all. You haven't said a word. And that has them feeling uneasy. Okay. Let's get some affirmations and close this reading out. Affirmations are positive statements about how you want to be, how you want your life to be, and when used on a regular basis, they can really help to assist a more positive mindset, or maintaining a more positive mindset. Okay. So let's get some affirmations to close out this reading. Life is good to me. Yeah, you're out here just enjoying life. Because whether it's a lesson or a blessing, you're going to make the most out of that. You're going to transform it into something better. You're going to transform it into your greatest version. I trust myself. I am wise. I am brave. Absolutely. You trust your intuition. You trust in the divine to have your back. And your strength comes from your connection to spirit, okay? Which is what these people did not realise. If they did not realise, they didn't take the time to understand you. They didn't take the time to work out who you were. And if I did this, I'd be feeling foolish too. If I didn't take the time to work out and find out who somebody was, I'd be feeling foolish too, But like I said, if you feel like someone's intentions towards you aren't trustworthy, then trust that. Walk away. Because sometimes people will show you the first time who exactly they are. But then, but I'm not saying give others a chance if you don't want to. Maybe this is maybe this is who you are. Maybe you knew that their intentions towards you weren't pure. They weren't coming from a place of integrity, and you gave them a chance to change, to come at you correctly, to come towards you correctly, and they continued to carry on the way they were going. So it got to a point where you were like, well, I'm not going to continue to allow you to treat me this way. I can see that your intentions towards me are not pure. I'm just going to go over here. Today, everything is unfolding perfectly according to a greater plan. Yeah, you saw the bigger plan. There was something more going on beneath the surface. They underestimated your ability to see through them because you were allowing them on some level at some point to overstep your boundaries. They didn't realize that you were still seeing through them. They didn't realize that you could see through them. They thought they had you fooled, and now they're realizing that I just heard checkmate, that you were kind of playing them at their own game, but you weren't doing it to be malicious. Weren't doing it. Your intention for doing it was just to allow them to come to these conclusions on their own. I think you were trying to show them that there was another way, but you weren't able. It got to a point where you couldn't show them the other way whilst you were still in it, because they weren't getting the message, they weren't learning the lessons. So you had no choice to remove yourself. And I do feel like you removing yourself was also spiritually guided. Like it was like, because I feel like you're someone who follows your intuition, and if your intuition is telling you that something's off about a personal situation, you're going to trust that. It is safe for me to explore unknown worlds and try new things. Yeah, you haven't got an issue with being alone and stepping out of your comfort zone and starting over. And again, this is something that this person or this group underestimated about you. They thought because they need validation from others, that they need to be surrounded by people, that they can't deal with being alone, because in that aloneness you have to you if you're alone, you've got no choice but to reflect on things, because you're going to be alone. You've got nothing around you to distract you. But because they're that way, they assumed that this is who you were. They underestimated your ability to enjoy your peace and quiet on your own. And because in that aloneness is when you fill your own cup, you replenish, you rest. You're working on you're always working on purpose, and that, but it allows you to put that time and energy into yourself, and that is completely necessary. Okay, that is not selfish, but these people didn't want you to do that. They didn't want you to put that time and energy into yourself. They didn't want you to put time and energy into others. They just wanted it for themselves. There's something to do with your energy, and they're like obsessed and addicted to your energy to the point where they just wanted it for themselves. Okay, and somebody else or a group of people is becoming aware of that. They're becoming aware of like what actually the truth is. Excuse me, like fear. And there's someone's scared. Someone's fear is starting to bubble to the surface because they're getting exposed. And you're exposing them, but you're not having to say anything or do anything to expose them. But they're losing their heads over your lack of communication, your silence. Somebody can't get their head around it. Somebody can't. Somebody's realizing that there is no other explanation for your silence other than your otherworldly. Okay. I'm going to leave it there. I hope this helped. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. Namaste.